what it was. You already know who it is. And y'all tuned in with priceless knowledge of self. And this right here, this ain't nothing but some cosmic insight. And before we get started, man, let me ask y'all, is any of y'all's astrology chart like literal for y'all like mine is for me? I mean, for instance, they say the moon is your mama, right? Well, my mama was a Pisces sun with a Leo moon. My moon is in Pisces in the 5th house of Leo. They say you act just like your daddy. My daddy is a Capricorn moon. He's a Gemini sun with a Capricorn moon. Well, my black moon Lilith and Chiron are in 8th house Gemini. And I've told y'all some of the things I've had and the issues I've had going on with my pops, man. And then my Mars is in Capricorn in the 4th house of the moon. My dad is a Capricorn moon. It don't stop there. It does not stop there. Because the 3rd house can represent your siblings, right? Well, in the Placidus system, if you want to look at it like that, my Uranus is in 3rd house Sagittarius. Well, I have an asshole of a little sister that's a Sagittarius for sure. Oh, it don't stop there either. Look, my other sister in the Placidus system, she's there too, because my other sister, her mom is our next door neighbor. The 3rd house also represents the neighborhood, and her dad is my dad, the Capricorn moon. My Neptune is in Capricorn in the 3rd house. And there's definitely a spiritual connection with me and my sister because we're both Pisces moons. That's interesting, huh? And she's a Gemini. Oh, I could just keep going and keep going, man. I could show you at the point in my life where things kind of changed, where I went from in my 1st house being a Libra into being a Scorpion. Because, somewhere in there, my mama died. I found my mama dead when I was 13 years old. Here's another thing. My black moon Lilith is in 13 degrees of the 8th house. Yeah. It's real. It's real, man. But we ain't gonna talk about me. Let's talk about somebody else, man. Let's talk about this karmic destiny. Cause this right here, this a little something about those people that have their north node in the 5th house and their south node in the 11th house. Yeah. Gonna have some fun. And before we even go there, if you don't know my style, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna tell you a little information about the nodes. I'm gonna bring you a little breakdown of the north node. I'm gonna bring you a little breakdown of the south node, and then I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the history and the mythology that comes along with it. And I'll lace you up a little bit on how we use them here with astrologers. So you fucking with the right one. And without wasting any more time, let's get this thing cracking. So in astrology, your life's purpose is encoded in the north and the south node of the moon, or referred to as Rahu and Ketu, respectively, in Vedic astrology. And these right here are not actual celestial bodies either, man. They're kind of more two mathematical points in the chart that fall directly opposite one another, and they create an axis of sorts. For instance, if your north node is in Libra, then your south node is in Aries. And if your north node is in the 5th house, then your south node is in the 11th house, and so on and so forth. And they really help us answer questions like, what am I supposed to do with my life? Why am I here? And what might I have been in past lives? You know, what's my mission? Yeah, we're going to go into all that, man. If you don't believe in past lives or reincarnation, let's just think about it as your early days or your early days. So when we're talking about the north node now, man, this is where you need to go right now. You know, this is your destiny. This is your karmic path. You know, I like to think that the north node illuminates the terrain that's calling your name, but climbing to the top of this mountain is going to be like trying to get to the top of Everest, man, because you're going to have to lighten up your load. You're probably going to have to enlist help, and you still might have trouble getting there, man. This is your learning curve in a sense. You feel me? You're going to need a lot if you ever want to get to the top of this hill. But once you get there, once you align yourself with this path, you're going to be amazed at how empowered you feel. This right here is the activation of your life's mission. And the sooner that you align yourself with this path, the more purpose-driven your life will be. Okay? Yeah. Now, I will say this, though. Don't get this twisted, because you're always going to have that south node energy as that little ace in the hole or that fallback game at certain times in your life after you made your way. But when it comes to the North Node, it's kind of like this, man. A lot of us get caught up in this bullshit ass mindset that just because we're particularly good at some shit, or, you know, it comes easy for us, that's what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. Yet a lot of times that easy shit, it just don't feel spiritually satisfying. And it can't, man, because the simple fact is we probably taken that path enough times in past lives that, we already know what's up with that, man. So it's time for something new. Your karmic destiny. And so when we talk about the South Node or Ketu, you know, this is your innate gifts. This is your past life shit. You know, the South Node is going to be exactly opposite the North Node, and it reveals the gifts that you brought into this lifetime with you. This is your comfort zone. This is your little sweet spot. And, you know, you're going to be innately good in these areas of life. And that might cause you to begin your early path based on Ketu's energy, man. And while this might bring you a little sense of satisfaction, it's going to never be spiritually nourishing. And that's what we're all about right here, man. Cause it's basically on some been there and done that type shit. And, indeed you have. And probably in many, many past lives over and over again. So it's time to flip the script on that. It's time to use Ketu as a springboard into Rahu's destiny, man. It's like the South Node is your little horoscope hometown and shit. It's not necessarily a place that you want to settle down permanently, but it's definitely somewhere that you can go back to that feels comfortable and, you know, when you need a boost or to feel a sense of belonging. All right. And so us astrologers, we use the nodes to determine where your destiny lies in this lifetime right here with Rahu or the North Node, and kind of what you had going on in past lives or in your earlier times with the South Node or Ketu. All right. And, you know, as far as the transits go, the nodes take about 18 months, a year and a half to go through each sign, man. And this shit goes well beyond just Western astrology and this life that we're living just right here, because in Jewish or Kabbalistic astrology, you know, they focus primarily on the nodes, and they call the North Node your tikkun or your correction. And it's kind of viewed as the karmic adjustment that your soul must make in order to ascend after this life. Yeah, it's that crucial. Now, in Vedic or sidereal astrology, you know, Rahu is the head of the dragon, but he has no body. And Ketu is the body or the tail of the beast, which has no head. And that really takes on a lot more harsh view of the South Node's karma. So either way you look at it, just to sum this shit up, this shit right here is crucial, man. This is something that's always worth paying attention to, because this is where your destiny lies. It's that real. So, hey, man, when we talk about having the North Node in the fifth, oh, that could mean a lot, man. You know, there's just a lot that can be said about this one, y'all. Cause for instance, it could be telling you that you need to have more sex. It definitely could. Or it could be said that you need to put yourself out there more. Or it could just be saying that you need to have more fun in general, man. Okay. But to be honest, it kind of means all of that shit. It probably means all of it. And really more than anything else, it's just telling you that you need to learn how to be yourself unapologetically. Unapologetically. And in the process, you know, you might find that, you know, you enjoy it. You just might find that you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And you might see that you really got it going on and you've had it going on this whole time. Okay. Self-expression is the key to this one, because in previous existences, these folks right here, they kind of got lost in the shuffle of being a contributing citizen of whatever community they were a part of, man. Nah, man. And, you know, and they did that instead of establishing themselves as an individual. But, that can't fly. It cannot fly. Because, this time, it's time for them to set themselves apart, man. It's time for these people right here to get their shine on. You feel me? Hey, man, it's time for them to do them. For real. And if you want to look further into it, I've also noticed that a lot of motherfuckers with displacement, man, they be having some type of anxiety tied to their fear of being judged by other people. So they kind of end up being afraid to fully express themselves. But they gonna learn. Best believe they gonna learn. Okay? Because that detached shit from the past, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. That 11th house impersonal and impartial shit, it's probably helped out a lot up until now. But, it's time to get personal, baby. Yeah. It's time to let that passion come alive. You feel me? And allow the warmth of the sun into your heart if you got this placement. Okay? That tendency to, stifle that personality, is being directly challenged in this lifetime. And the sign placement of the North Node here, it's going to speak a lot to the manner in which they're supposed to address this shit. But either way it goes, they're going to have to get the fuck over that fear of being judged or criticized and just start doing what the fuck they want to do, regardless of what everybody else thinks about it or, however anybody else feels. Okay? Straight up. Having your North Node in the 5th is about establishing your individuality, man, and learning how to embrace your creative side, because it's definitely in there. And this says it's just screaming to get out. It's just screaming to come out, man. And then your karma is directly tied to it, man. So express yourself, like Dr. Dre said. For real, man. And this is all about taking center stage. This is all about taking center stage in your own life. And, like I said, getting your shine on, man. And that means developing some fucking self-confidence is definitely going to be a crucial lesson to be learned with this one. But it's going to be easier said than done. It's going to be easier said than done, man. Y'all got to stop worrying about the future so motherfucking much and learn how to live and enjoy the present moment. You feel me? It's cool to plan ahead. And, that might get you somewhere. That's okay, man. But you cannot forget to live right now in the fucking process. You serious? Freeze my motherfucking hat. And speaking of that right there, let me say something, man. With the 5th house Rahu, man, you can really easily get lost in your hopes and dreams. I noticed so much so that you never really put any energy into actually making them into a reality. Or, there could even be a tendency to let other motherfuckers fulfill your wishes for you, which, that just ain't what it is this time around. That just ain't what it is. No, this time around, man, it's time to show the world how you do your best shit. Okay? And the beautiful thing is, with the 11th house South Node, you're always going to have plenty of friends and support to fall back on. But it ain't all about them this time. It's all about you. Now, when we're looking at having this South Node in the 11th, kind of when we talk about that, this could mean a lot karmically, man. Cause this could be said that you were probably somebody who spent previous existences maybe as a scientist or a humanitarian or an eccentric genius, or maybe just somebody who preferred to stay on the sidelines and watch other people interact. But regardless, or whatever the fuck them specifics was, man, this suggests that you were somebody who gave of yourself selflessly without getting too involved personally. Or let me think about it like this, because I'm thinking you could also be the type who spends so much time calculating that you never got around to taking the risk. Or there's more. You could have stifled your personality for the greater good of the group for whatever reason that may be. So nobody ever really got to see how special you really were. Oh, nah, man. You got to flip the script this time, man. You got to have some fucking fun. Have sex, man. Have some fucking fun sex, man. Take the risk of having a child. That's what this means too, man. Express yourself in every way you can until your soul feels fulfilled, man. Because your destiny's tied to it with this one, man. And even if you choose to disregard everything I'm telling you, man, it's okay. Because just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. And what I mean is that we all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And there's been some priceless knowledge of self. Yeah, I had that ready. And, hey man, you can hit the dislike button, but then you'd be a hater. If you're interested in the astrological readings whatsoever, don't hit me up in the comments below. No, shoot me an email at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And I've been sick. If you're waiting on a reading, it's going to come to you soon because it's done. My schedule is now clear. I need y'all to get at me. It's time to get it in. It's time to go to work, man. I appreciate everybody's love and support, man. And we gonna keep it pumping, man. No matter what. I love y'all. Y'all keep it real till next time. If you're looking for any merchandise, do the same thing as if you were wanting to read, man. Hit me up in my email. But I'm telling you now, you can buy all the merch you want, and I want to sell it to you. But this type of swag that I got, it's got to be in you and not on you. Let me put it in you.